Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Like It TV. In Like It TV, we post entertainment topics, entertainment, sports. We post majorly we post wrestling, WWE, of course, the recaps of all the shows. Of course, as we all know, wrestling has three shows. Main shows, we have WWE Raw, we have WWE NXT, and we have WWE SmackDown. Of course, NXT is the last in rank, which is for developmental talent. But we also have some widespread shows like Saturday night main event, and all that. So these are like the four main shows we have in WWE. That is WWE Raw, WWE SmackDown, WWE NXT, and WWE Saturday night main event. So we are going to try and be focusing on the recap of these shows that happen weekly. And of course, we know that last week, looking at Saturday, we had WWE Saturday night main event, and we're going to be covering every match that happened in that show. Of course, that show was a match of championship matchups. Of course, we had matches like Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. We had matches like we had Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. We had matches like the Intercontinental Championship, which was a triple threat championship, where we had Rusev versus Penta versus Dominic Mysterio, all for the Intercontinental Championship. Then we had the main event, which of course was Jey Uso versus CM Punk. So every match here was a match of championships. So going first and this was Saturday's night main event. That's the past week, Saturday. Of course, that was on the 1st of November. 1st November, that's where we had the Saturday night main event. So we are going to be going straight up to the show, and the show kicks off with Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, and there was a stipulation whereby if Cody Rhodes is counted out or disqualified, he's going to lose his title. So here, Cody Rhodes doesn't have a titles advantage. He doesn't have a titles advantage. And this was a tricky match. I mean, because going into the match, we see Drew McIntyre trying to play mind games with Cody Rhodes, trying to get him to lose his head and all that, so that he'll be disqualified. So I like the way the match went. I like the tempo of the match, the way the match was presented, that if Cody Rhodes loses his head, he loses his championship. So here, Cody Rhodes has no championship advantage. He was with no championship advantage. And I love the way the match was going, where Drew McIntyre was not just focusing on the brawl, on being more stronger than Cody Rhodes. Rather, he was focusing on being smarter than Cody Rhodes, on the mind games and all that. And at some point, Cody Rhodes lost his mind and all that. But at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes used Drew McIntyre's schemes and dirty tricks against him when Drew McIntyre wanted to use the championship and hit his head. We also had that happen. Before that, the referee was knocked out by both Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre carried the championship belt so that he would get a shot on the head of Cody, and it ended up at the end Cody Rhodes giving him a DDT on the championship belt. And that's what, once again, credits to Cody Rhodes for being able to take the dirty game back to him, and that made Cody Rhodes able to hit the crossroads and get the 1, 2, 3. Then moving on to the next match, we have the Women's World Championship match between Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. And I just got to say, I mean, this match was kind of awkward for me, but it was also kind of sweet, because I mean, seeing as Tiffany Stratton was injured by the same Jade Cargill on her knee, and she had to fight this Jade Cargill with that injured knee. So, but looking at the match, I just saw it like a kind of credibility was taken away from the match, meaning Tiffany Stratton didn't face Jade Cargill at 100%. Meanwhile, it was Jade Cargill that caused Tiffany Stratton to be less than 100% based on their rivalries and all, even from SummerSlam and all that. So, and the last confrontation which they had, where Jade Cargill hit her leg off the steps, and that led to her having an injured knee. So I just felt, as Tiffany Stratton is coming to this match less than 100% due to the injury, it was not so I say decisive, but all the way, I mean, it was Jade Cargill that caused the injury because they were engaged in a confrontation before the match. So I mean, this match was a match dominated totally by Jade Cargill, and I mean, the way it was presented, if you look at it on the other light, I mean, yes, Tiffany Stratton was injured, yes, but they have been on a field, and that's bound to happen. Injuries are bound to happen in fields and all that, and it still came courtesy of Jade Cargill. I mean, so Jade Cargill was able to exploit this and dominate her and collect her first world championship in WWE. I mean, kudos to Jade. I mean, I was really happy with the outcome. And I mean, whether she faced her less than 100%, I mean, there's no doubt that Jade Cargill is far more stronger and superior in strength than Tiffany Stratton. Although Tiffany Stratton seems to have the experience more than Jade Cargill, but Jade Cargill has that power to hang on with Tiffany Stratton. And of course, the match was a top match. It was a top match, and at the end of the day, we saw Jade Cargill getting her first world championship match and winning that title from Tiffany Stratton. So moving on to the next match, we have the main event where we see Jey Uso face CM Punk. I mean, the match was a very hard-hitting match and a very kind of emotional battle, and at the end of the day, we see CM Punk hitting the GTS 2 times to put Jey Uso to sleep and to capture his first world championship title upon his return. Kudos to CM Punk, and I mean, this was the right move by WWE. There was no other way this championship should go back to Jey Uso. CM Punk has more than worked his ass off and built up everything up until this moment. So CM Punk deserved this victory to me. So this was a cool way to end the show. So CM Punk gets the victory at the end. So that's all for the recap of Saturday night's main event. So guys, what do you think of the results? What do you think of the video? How do you like the video? I hope you're able to catch up with all the latest matches that's happened this week, especially in the Saturday night main event, which was one of the recent shows that happened. So please, if you like this video, you have to click on the subscribe button, like, and you can share if possible, and please keep on following